What's up, you guys? I'm at the gym, so it's a little bit echoey. I apologize, but I wanted to show you a couple different cardio options that you can do if you have a hip injury or a knee injury, or you just don't have full range of motion or function of your hips or your knees. So most of you know my hip story. I have had issues for a very long time. For a long time, I couldn't walk, or I couldn't do a lot of different things. So I had to find very creative ways to get my cardio done. One of my favorite machines, my favorite but not favorite machines, is an Airdyne bike. I didn't used to like an Airdyne bike until I had hip issues, because I could use them a little bit differently. And the other one, of course, is actually a favorite of mine, is the rowing machine. I'm going to show you really quick how you can do these. Obviously, it's pretty obvious, but you can incorporate them into your cardio. So I'm just going to come back here for lack of editing the video. Hopefully you can see me. So an Airdyne bike makes a lot of noise. I'm not going to do it, it's very loud. Well, I'll do it a little bit. So what you can do is you can put your feet right up here, so you don't have to move your knees or your hips. You just plant them right here, and you just use your arms. You guys, I did this for a very long time, just arms. It is a really, really good workout. Okay, I would choose this bike over any other bike, over a recumbent bike, over an upright bike. A spin bike. I've never been a big fan of spin bikes, but that's everybody's preferences. But I would choose that because you can use just arms. The other option, of course, here I have a rowing machine, and you just use your arms with that too. So let me see, I'll take this camera down. The hardest part about filming in the gym is if I don't have a stand here and I don't have anywhere to put my phone. So the rowing machine, obviously here, you just sit down and you simply put your feet flat on the floor. I have a friend who was recently injured. She's an IFBB pro fitness competitor, and she couldn't use her knee, and I told her, why don't you row? So I thought, well, maybe somebody else doesn't think of that. So just sit on the rowing machine, simply move your arms, keep your knees bent. You don't even have to keep them straight. I did not engage my hamstrings at all in any of my rowing when I first started to kind of rehab and then eventually prehab my hip. I just used the rowing machine with just my arms. So there's those two things, and I have one more. Hang tight. All right, so the other one is here. This is a ski machine. Not a lot of, I don't think a lot of gyms have this. CrossFit gyms would, but a lot of you are not in CrossFit gyms. But if you do, it is just like a standing rowing machine. Very cool. I didn't get to use this very often during like the big part of my hip injuries. But I use it now when I get a chance. So this is just something you basically pull down. Let me see if this works. Last time this messed. So this here, obviously you just take those two and you just pull them down. Make sure you watch a video, since I can't really set this up and show you how to do this. Make sure you watch a video, and you can do this standing straight up so your legs are slightly bent, and soft bend at the knee, maybe hinge at the hips a little bit, or just keep everything kind of nice and tight, core nice and tight. Don't lock your knees out. And then you can just use the arms there. You can use this while you're sitting in a chair, all kinds of different options. All right, so I had to edit that because it I don't know, it's just this weird lag every time I turn my camera on. So anyways, that's the ski machine. So you can use that. Obviously that's not like the way you would do it, like if you were in the CrossFit games or like something like that, but that's the way you can do it. The point of this video is to kind of talk about some different ways that we can do cardio. So lighting's weird. So you can do that. You can do the ergometers, like those hand bikes they have, like we have over at the rehab clinic. You can do those. A lot of your local like YMCAs. I've even seen those at some like university gyms before. You can use obviously that to do that, but the Airdyne I think does a better job. If you have any strength in your arms at all, that Airdyne is gonna work your arms, and then the rower can also work your arms, but it's gonna work your back a lot. I always loved the rower because, like my coach would always say to us, you want to look good walking away just as much as you do walking forward. So I always wanted to make sure that I worked my back, because it's very important to work your back. And a lot of times, even like pull-ups or anything like that, you guys know that there's a lot of hip action into those types of things. So the rowing machine, the Airdyne bike, the standing ski machine. Like I said, you can sit down in a chair and do those. You can even do those for the fellow coaches out there. You can do those for some of your clients. I just came from the clinic, so I have patient on my head. Clients that, you know, they can sit down and they can do that with their arms. Super, super easy. You guys, it doesn't take much. Consistency over intensity, but when you want to get that cardio in, because you want to keep your heart strong, you got to get creative sometimes. You can use those jump ropes that or they're not really jump ropes, but they're like the little things you hold on to pretend you're jump roping. You can do those in a chair. You can, of course, go swimming. I am not a fan of swimming, although I did do swimming after I had my hip labral tear surgery, which, as you all also know, it was mostly unsuccessful. But I did all of my rehab in the pool. I just did not enjoy being in the pool, but you can always go to the pool as well. But those are some options that you can do in other gyms. I know a lot of Planet Fitness gyms will have the rowing machine. I don't know if they have Airdyne bikes. We actually have an Airdyne bike at the cardiac clinic, but you can use those. So anyways, there's some options. Just make sure you keep yourself going, get creative, and don't quit. So hope you have a great day. If you use any of this or if you have any ideas, let me know. I wanted to keep it under 5 minutes. I think it did because I had to put these together, and I apologize about the echoing. Someday I'll make some really good YouTube videos, but until then, you're just gonna have to deal with these ones. So